Hello and welcome to another episode of the Transportation Exchange podcast presented by Rush Truck Centers of Canada. I'm your host, Jason Cuddy, and on today we welcome back Lou Haddad, who is the Sales Director for Customer Solutions with Navistar. Lou, welcome back to the podcast.
Well, thanks, Jason. Thanks for having me back. I always look forward to spending time with the Rush Group there in Canada.
Yeah, so we had you on, I think, beginning of this year to talk about service contracts, extended warranties, kind of as a whole, and different programs that were available at that time. And now here we are, just kind of past the halfway mark of the year. And I guess the newest thing on everyone's radar is the S13 integrated powertrain. And there's a lot of excitement about it. We've had that team on a couple episodes ago to speak about the product itself. But as we had met in Truck World earlier this year, you guys behind the scenes have been working pretty hard at putting together some service contracts and even some planned maintenance programs that we're going to dive into. So maybe kind of gets up to speed as far as with regards to the S13, what can customers expect from the service contract side?
Sure. So, for nearly 3 years that I've been with the company, right around the time I started, the phrase bundles came to the table, and there's been a lot of planning, a lot of different teams working together, working in orchestra right there to develop bundled solutions. And bundled solutions are a great way to not only protect the customer, but allow the customer to bring the vehicle back to to the expert, right? Who knows the truck, who knows that international truck the best, and that's our dealer network out there. Our dealers across North America continually send their people for continuous education and training on all of our whether it's S13 and or Cummins powered units, anything out there. Our dealers spend a lot of time and a lot of effort getting their people in the service drive, in the service department, in the whole fixed operations, I should say, up to, with top training there. So who knows the truck better than your dealer is there's no one out there. They know it the best. So you bring it back to the dealer and have all its planned maintenance. And I like to use the word plan versus just preventative, because plan means, man, I better get that beautiful S13. I better get that beautiful unit back to my dealer of record and have have the maintenance done right there, and have the all the planned services done, so to keep the vehicle efficiency, reliability, and performance right there. That is three key elements for, I call it, total wellness of the vehicle right there. I refer to it just like healthcare and in the medical world, that it's total wellness, it's total healthcare to keep that vehicle running at its top capacity there. And that's what a lot of, the majority of our customers, that's what they ask for. They want efficiency, reliability, and performance. So what better way to be able to do that and to track it and to make sure that everything's done is with S13 bundles. So S13 bundles is the first go-to-market on these bundled offerings, and they're made up of planned maintenance with extended warranty, or extended service contract, as we like to call it, extended warranty, rolled up into one stop shop right there. So when the purchase is being done, instead of having to look at several different products, it's rolled up into one option, or maybe two options right there, and they're broke out in a couple of variances. One is the advanced powertrain with planned maintenance. So that is all of your engine, after treatment, DEF system, transmission, and clutch, all of the planned maintenance that's involved there. And then I call it our complete bundle, or our most comprehensive. That is all of your planned maintenance, your advanced powertrain coverage that I just mentioned there, plus your chassis systems, or as we like to call it at Navistar, EVC, extended vehicle coverage, or better known as chassis out there. So when you roll all that up together, that is a pretty comprehensive, pretty complex package there to protect the customer from any catastrophic failure that occurred during that time of ownership. Two, it allows that customer to be inflation proof, so to speak. It's an inflation proof purchase, meaning the cost of parts and labor continuing to rise, the cost of services continue to rise. So it's a fixed cost right there, a one-time deal. And now the unit and the customer are protected, and they have total wellness on the vehicle. And how it works is through our on-command connection, or better known as OCC. OCC is a telematics system that's out there, and how that occurs is, and how these maintenance intervals arise is at our headquarters in Lisle, Illinois. We have what they call an uptime advocate. I like to call them concierge. And every dealer, such as Rush, has a uptime advocate. So those two work together very closely, and they're able to look, and they get notified through the on command connection that this certain unit is coming due for its services or its planned maintenance. And what they do is then reach out to the fleet manager or the decision maker of that unit to schedule an appointment. First of all, it's at the customer's convenience of what works best for them, where the unit's going to be, all those things there. Once that is sort of set, the uptime advocates work then in orchestra with the service department and the parts department. So on the day of the event, the parts department is ready with all the filters and fluids and all the things for that event. The service department is ready. The technician is ready. The bay is currently ready, and everything just flows very smoothly, and it reduces the downtime dramatically right there. So it gets that vehicle, that time is money in this business. So it gets that vehicle back on the road and gets that driver back on the road to continue to go about its business, whether it's a single point owner operator or a fleet. It does the same thing. So that's really the neat part, or the new part of the new way of doing business, is it's done through on command connection, and it's sort of a concierge service right there to get the customer scheduled, so everyone's prepared right there.
Gotcha. And to your point, what you just said, it's something very new for us. Obviously, we've always had extended service contracts or extended warranties. Traditionally, engine and after treatment's kind of been the go-to, but obviously with it being an integrated powertrain, all through Navistar, we can support, all three items together in one package versus having to have a couple different packages, which you've done in the past. And then on top of that, the planned maintenance now is, a brand new offering, which with the technology you can do, right? On command allows that interaction between the vehicle, the headquarters, and into the customer seamlessly, which is nice. And then it's all bundled, as you say, into one package, which is pretty exciting. That's something we really haven't had in the past. So it's kind of neat to see that come around with a new product emerging.
Yeah, and the current terms on the new offering is 5 years or 800,000 kilometers right there, or as we say in the U.S., 5 years and 500,000 miles, but 800,000 kilometers right there for our Canadian friends there. And uh, when you think about those types of miles or kilometers right there, that is an enormous amount of time that can go on. And so what could happen? Well, a lot of things could happen. Trucks are still man-made. They have electronics, they have components, things like that. So it is great to be able to get the planned maintenance in there, so that unit gets put in front of the physician or in front of the mechanic there, in plenty of time to be able to see anything that might be coming on the horizon right there as far as in an event, and that we can get in front of it. So it's always better, of course, to be proactive than having to be reactive. So this is sort of a proactive approach of being able to understand the truck's behavior, understand the owner operator's behavior right there with the unit, and be able to work in orchestra with them to get the vehicle back for its total wellness or total health care or planned maintenance events right there. It has been successful. We have done we have started to really gain some traction on it. A lot of folks are asking about it. Let's face it, maintenance can become a huge expense for a company or for an owner operator. So for any size of the business right there, it can become a huge expense. So it's a lot easier to be able to plan for this up front and pay for this up front, and not have to worry about what it could cost down the road.
Yeah, no, well said. And it's, I know in our world we play with full service lease as well, which is, this on steroids for lack of better words, but it's from a person who likes to have an ownership position in the vehicle. This does allow them to sort of flatline their operating costs to a certain extent, at least from the planned services. to your point, to help manage the fleet a bit better. And then items that pop up, they take care of as they need to. But hopefully, with the planned intervals, you'll catch a few things before they become, say, catastrophic and a failure on the road. And I think the other big part of this too is with it being planned and being tracked and making sure the vehicle does come in for its service intervals on the back end when this vehicle then is going up for sale, whether it's still in a contract period or outside of the contract period. There's got to be some great residual value held to a vehicle that has you know planned service intervals its whole life that you can document and show the next user that, hey, this thing's been well maintained.
Correct, correct. I mean, if you talk to any used truck director in any group right there, they would tell you that when they're looking at a fleet of units, whether it's one or it could be 100 to trade or swap for new ones, it's makes them a whole lot more comfortable to be able to go in and see that all the planned maintenance and all the visits were done, to know that that unit is it's superior condition for its time and miles being on the road.
Yeah, and when you talked about with the uptime advocate too, obviously, and it helps a little bit from, if it's a smaller fleet that maybe doesn't have a dedicated fleet person, they're going to get the notifications when this vehicle is due for service based on its obviously mileage or time, right? So it's being tracked in the back end, which will help ensure that things are done properly versus, sometimes you can lapse on mileage, or if you're not running a proper mileage, interval, maybe you're missing the time window. So at least again, this does help ensure the vehicle is being touched when it's required as per Navistar.
Correct. So I always like to say it's a new day at Navistar. It's a new way of doing business. It's an exciting time. We have an exciting product there with the integrated powertrain, with the S13 and the T14, which has been getting, um, uh, off the record. It's blowing expectations away, customers' expectations away, to say the least. And you and I were at the Canadian Truck Show in April there. I listen to what clients say. That's what I talk to a lot every day, and I was overwhelmed by the number of customers that drove the unit and were blown away by its sophistication right there. So that's, as I say, it's a new day at Navistar. It's a new way of doing business. Our customer solutions team are continuing to expand our portfolio. So what's next? Bundles aren't just for S13 powered units. We are working on building bundles for all makes across the international brand. When I say all makes, meaning our medium duty business. Of course, we already have it for our LTRH and HX S13. So there's in a very short period, we're going to have a bundled offering available for every segment across our portfolio there. Recently, we just introduced the planned maintenance and bundled solutions offerings for our used program as well at Navistar. So whether it's a medium duty or heavy, severe, with those pre-owned units, 2017 and newer, they have an opportunity to not only take part in the extended service contract or extended warranty part of it, but also some planned maintenance offerings available there as well. So it is, as I say, it's not just something we're thinking about and we're going to give it a shot. It's here to stay. So it is a great way to, again, so extended warranty always protects the customer right there from catastrophic failures. So this is another backstop to help protect that customer right there as well, and to help them understand the importance of how planned maintenance works today.
No, that's huge. That's good to know it's coming to the other product lines. I mean, obviously S13 is getting all the attention, and rightfully so. This year with it being launched and on the market and performing well. But the other product lines are, the backbone of a lot of industries, and usually smaller fleets traditionally, right? You're talking a lot of owner operators, say on the vocational side, or smaller 1 to 5 truck fleets on the medium duty fleet size. So those are the ones that traditionally, a program like this, warranty is great, but the plan part, I think, takes some ease of mind for them as far as owning the vehicle, takes some pressure off, knowing that it's going to be on the road, it's backed by the warranty, and they'll keep us in a loop when it needs to get its services done. And outside of your usual, kind of non-included items, your wear items and any damages, you've got all your major kind of work needed while things on the road kind of covered and planned for.
Right. I call it a whole new customer experience. So it's a whole new customer experience for that owner operator or that medium sized fleet to come back to your dealer, have all of the services the services addressed, any warranty repairs that need to be done, and to keep again that unit in tip top running at its tip top shape and performance.
Yeah, no, it's huge. And having it on the used side too is also peace of mind for, for someone trying to get in, especially in the last couple of years, we haven't been able to get vehicles as quick as people would like, so sometimes you're into a used market situation, but you can still have the peace of mind almost of the new vehicle experience as far as everything being covered and kind of pre-planned and prepaid for, which is great.
Yes.
Well, that's excellent. Like, there's lots to look forward to. Obviously, customers reach out to us to get information as far as, all the eligibility requirements and costing, but at least it was good to have you on to just address and let people know here's what's available on the S13 outside of just its, great fuel performance and what it can do on the road for you. It's also backed extremely well and well supported on the back end to keep you up and going, but also help keep costs down and keep the uptime up and running. So it's great that you could share all that with us.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay, well, excellent. Well, thanks for being on. Again, we thank Lou for joining us. And to catch past episodes, please visit transportationexchangepodcast.ca. And until next time, thanks for listening.